Hey guys, this is Oracle Daphne. My name is Beth, and I'm back today to do another pick a card reading for you guys. I'm going to be holding up 3 different cards, and you'll have to pick one, whichever one you resonate, and I'm going to be revealing as I go along. So, but yeah, I'm going to hold up 3 cards, and this is pertaining to what I see for love life for you. So I'm just going to kind of begin, and let's get started. So the first card for group 1 is this card that I pulled. And group 2, this is the card that I pulled for group 2. And I'm being shown to use this one. This is the card that I pulled for group 3. Okay, so I'll give you a moment here to decide whether you want to do group 1, 2, or 3. And I'm going to start with group 1. So whoever picked this card, this is what I'm going to see for your love life. So this card is about the Page of Swords. The thing about this one is the Page of Swords is all about children. It's all about kids. It's all about babies. It's all about pregnancy. So, you know, you might have a love life that's kind of complicated a little bit by one or all of those factors. You know, you could be a parent and have 1 or more children. You could be a parent that has, you know, a child on the way, or a newborn, or some kind of combination, something like that. We got the 3 of Wands crossing, and I'm going to lay out some other cards to see what other energies I see for this group. The 3 of Wands to me is about indecisiveness and not taking enough action steps, or really having traveled down a certain path and not really knowing where to go from this point. You know, it's sort of like, when I see this card, I think of a time where my lease ended, and I had to move out. And I had to figure out what I was going to do next, what came next. And that was a difficult time for me. I think housing has always been a difficult topic for me. I was talking about this in my live video on YouTube just a moment ago, and, you know, housing is a real struggle for some people. And, you know, at least for me, it represents not really knowing how to proceed forward, because whatever came from before is no longer viable. Like, it's like a contract ending. It's a relationship coming to its natural conclusion, or something coming to its natural end. It's not necessarily bad, but the uncertainty can cause people a lot of anxiety. Indecisiveness can cause problems, especially if it goes long term. You know, because she can sit on this fence for a long time without really taking any action. She's got this cat next to her, and she's standing there, and she can stay there. People can stay in a place of indecision for a very long time. So for some of you, this is the thing that's really going to be, you know, an issue in your love life. Maybe it's indecisiveness. Maybe it's not really knowing what to do next, not really knowing if like a new relationship's out there. Maybe the relationship that you're in has come to a natural conclusion. Maybe you know, you've been in a relationship for a long time and you don't really see it going anywhere. Like, it's like one of those times where you say, well, you know, you say to somebody, or somebody says to you, I don't see this going anywhere, because it just can't go anywhere, because there's something about it where it had its time, it had its purpose, it had its moments, but to me, and we have the Death card in the immediate future. To me, there's something about needing to transform your love life into something that's viable. And some of you that are watching, you know, you're more concerned about finances or more concerned about career than you are about love life. Like, it's hard for you to imagine what transforming or a relationship would be, or transforming your love life, because you're not really thinking about relationships as a priority for some of you. For others, there are, you know, people that maybe you're interested in, maybe people that you're dating. We have the King of Pentacles as a foundation. So to me, this is like having a foundation, maybe having a relationship. But again, there's this element of, where do we go from here? How do I really continue on in this same way? That's what I'm seeing. I feel like there is emotional support, because we have the Three of Pentacles in the position of emotions. And that to me is literally being emotionally supportive to someone, you know, you or someone, you know, to me, you may have a relationship already and be wondering like what comes next in your love life, because maybe maybe the romance is not there. Maybe that there's something missing. I don't know what that would be, but maybe there's just something missing. For those of you who are single, I do see, like, to me, single people that are trying to make it in the world. Again, not necessarily focus on love life. I don't see a lot of romance here, you know. Some of you may really want new romance to happen. I actually don't see a lot for romance for this group. I'm going to be honest with you. This is where I tell you to get a private reading, because I can't tell you what I don't see. I can only tell you what I see. I'm going to move on to group 2. See what I, you know, get for the love life. So group 2, whoever picked this card. This card is the Strength card in the My Marseille deck. And I'm going to lay out a spread using this deck just to see. Those of you who picked group 2, there is something about having feelings for someone. You maybe like a heart that kind of blooms, you know? And what is a heart? What does it mean that a heart blooms? It means that, like, if you've been wanting a relationship, that's going to manifest somehow. If you've been wanting romance, that's going to manifest somehow. It means, like, if you're starting a relationship, it has potential to turn into something else, and it might turn into something else. You know, to me, this is about, you know, taking things to the next level. Yeah, taking things to the next level in a relationship. Maybe you've been dating, and maybe things haven't really progressed very much, you know? There is something about a bunch of obstacles to me, like a lot of obstacles in your, like, you may have a lot in your heart that you want out of life, out of a relationship, out of dating, out of romance, out of partnerships. But, like, there's too much else going on in the world. Like, to me, it looks like your house of cards, whatever that house of cards looks like, has a lot of obstacles. To me, this is a serious obstacle course where the universe is really, like, to me, deconstructing your life as you know it. And the thing about this is that it's really hard to manifest a relationship when you're in this kind of deconstruction mode. It's really hard to manifest anything. Really, you're just at the mercy of what comes next. Like, you're at the mercy of, you know, whatever comes through. There are new opportunities. There is something that's going to come through for you. I just don't necessarily think it's going to be the kind of thing where this is like a long-term relationship. To me, there's too many burdens. Like this person, whoever picked group 2, has a lot of burdens. Like their soul is heavy. You know, they're trudging through life. They're trudging through the muck. They're trying to, it's like every way they turn, shit's not going right, you know? And this is also having a lot of responsibilities. There's going back to this, there's two things that as far as relationships, I feel like in some way it's more important for you to focus on yourself at this time. Number one. Number two, I feel like there's good opportunities are going to happen. It's going to help transform your life into a state of things being better if they've been really bad for a long time. You need to be stable yourself in order to attract a relationship. That's the first one. Number three, you may have someone that's attracted to you, or like may have what I call like, and this came up, it's so funny, it came up I think yesterday from my deck. I call it the pizza guy, or somebody who shows up at your door, like, you know, maybe you text them, you say you want to come over, and they come over and you hook up, or they come over and you have sex, or something like that. And it's more of just like, it's not a long-term relationship. It's just sort of physical, or it's just sort of like fun, or there's some element of not really being serious with this person. And I feel like the whole deal about maybe you arriving or getting to a certain point is going to happen, probably without very much romance. But it could indicate like you could meet somebody and some things could happen very fast. I'm seeing that too. That's what I'm seeing. Something happening very fast. Either you connect with them right away, you sleep with them right away. There's maybe an intense physical connection, or there's like an intense emotional connection or spiritual connection. I've met people literally like where it's definitely like if I meet somebody who has a very strong psychic connection, I feel like on a spiritual level, like it's already happened. Like it doesn't, you know, a lot of people think about the dating game of how long you should wait before you have sex. But like, if you have a strong spiritual connection, a lot of times people don't wait. So to me, that you might sleep with someone that you have a strong like psychic connection or spiritual connection to, and it's just kind of, it could be a one-time thing, or you could see more. Like some of you may see more, but again, there's things that are happening very fast. I honestly would tell you to go slow. Anything that happens too fast, you know, for you, group 2, whoever this is, I don't think it's really going to last. It's not going to last the test of time, is what I'm trying to say. And then those of you who are in a relationship already, there's a lot of frustration, a lot of discontent, a lot of issues within the partnership, many, many, many problems. And in some cases, like this is a combination of things where in group two, it's like life is really, really rough and you're going through a really tough time. Life is, and this might be tough on you and your partner. If you have a partner, I feel like your life, those of you who are watching for group 2, your life is getting deconstructed. And the best thing that you can do at this time is try to go with it as best you can. That's what I would tell you. And do the best that you can and not worry so much. In fact, I actually think, again, this is group 2 and this feels very specific, where people who are watching for group 2 really should focus on themselves, focus on taking care of their needs and what they need to do. And that will help them tremendously. Group 3, moving on to group 3. We pulled the elm tree. And to me, this is about living in the country, or having animals of some kind. Some of you need to make room in your, okay, this is again group 3. Make room in your schedule to go out. Something about dating, maybe not making enough time for it. There's something about having like arguments or like what you call like a lover's quarrel. I feel like you're going to make up. I do. Group 3, I definitely feel like your karma is complete, especially in relationships. So if there's somebody in your life that you connect with, see what happens. Because whatever patterns that you were having in your love life before, I want to say like those are changing. To me, it's a different energy. You got a couple of cards here about having the hots real bad for someone. The outcome also is the peace harmony card and things being all right. So some of you maybe need to know, like some of you may have issues with feeling like comfortable in relationships because there's a lot of fear around relationships. This could be past life stuff. This could be just how you feel about stuff. This could be post-traumatic stress stuff, you know, where maybe relationships haven't always been easy, and maybe you feel like it's hard to express yourself. It's hard for you to feel like at peace in relationships because if something goes wrong or if something happens, then you don't feel comfortable. Like you don't feel like it'll work out in the end. And like those of you who are like watching this group specifically, maybe you're really wanting things to work out with a specific person, or you're hoping things will, or you want, in some way, you may want things to work out so badly with a specific person that it actually kind of blocks you in some way. But it's more to do, like, I feel like it's more to do, like, with how things are going to be okay, no matter what. Even if, let's just say, you got into a fight, you got into an argument, most likely you're going to make up. That's what I feel. And most likely it'll be really hot when you do. Wink here. There is an interesting vibe in this group about things not really being determined. And it's funny because you got the completion of karma. So to me, it's like I keep seeing, when I think of completion of karma, I think of 0. I think of triple zeros, actually. 3 zeros. And to me, that's a sign that something is completed in spirit, that maybe a lesson you wanted to learn. And when this happens, it's like all this space is available to you to manifest, to work with. It's like you get a blank canvas from the universe that says, go play. Like now it's time, like now you can have some fun. Now you can go play. So maybe my guide is saying, color your life. Color your life. And that to me means start to fill in your life with things that you want, whether it's relationship related or not. If you want to date. If you want to see where a relationship goes, see where it goes. I feel like some of you are kind of stuck on maybe outcomes a little bit. Like some of you may have specific questions are, am I going to get married? Am I going to get into a relationship? Am I going to have, find my Mr. Right? Things like that. But the thing is like the Wheel of Fortune is the foundation. And that to me indicates that it's not really written yet. And most likely, if you're asking, I was talking about this with someone recently, if you're asking the question if you're going to get married, most likely you're not going to get married to the person that you think you're going to get married to, number one. But the other thing too is if you think you're going to get married, if you're obsessed about marriage, you're not focusing on having a relationship and loving someone and like having a connection. You're focused on the outcome of marriage. And people that ask me generally if they're going to get married, the answer is no. At least not to the person that they're thinking. And the reason is because, people that are going to get married, they are in relationships that are positive. They're focused on the person that they love. They're hanging out. They're going out to dinner. They're maybe taking a walk, with their dog to the park. They're taking photographs. They're being all cute. They're holding hands in the grocery store. You know those people. You'll know if you're going to get married because you're going to be in a relationship, because you're going to be focused on a person and you're going to be relationship focused. The people that ask me about them getting married are people that are very focused on the outcome. In some way, they don't even care who they marry. They just want to be married. And that's the problem. So that's a lesson for you. Those of you in group 3. It's absolutely a lesson for you. I think I'm going to leave off here. I think this is a great place to leave it. Yeah, I think this is good. Thank you guys so much for liking, sharing, subscribing, all that stuff. I appreciate it so much. If you'd like to book a private reading, you can visit my website, oracledaphne.com. You can donate using the link to PayPal. You can also donate through Venmo. All of that is very welcome at this time. And yeah, I send everyone big hugs, big kisses. And I'll talk to you guys again soon. All right, take care. All the best. Bye.